Hi Rumians, I'm Druzhnik. Thank you for being here and welcome to the May 2019 channel update. First of all, a few weeks ago the channel reached 500 subscribers. So again, I want to say thank you to everyone who has come over, who has watched my videos, who has liked them, who has interacted with me or others on the channel, who has subscribed. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I hope we continue to grow and have fun together. And I mean, it's just been amazing. It's been totally amazing. It's been a ride of about a year and 2 or 3 months so far. And I'm just enjoying myself. And that's what it's about, right? So let's hope that we continue to enjoy ourselves on this channel. Now that's the main goal. Now, what would I like to do today or discuss today? So this little channel update for May will do a little bit something different from what I usually do with channel updates. I will do a regular update, an update on my personal situation, an update on what will be on the channel in summer, but also the little different thing that I'll be doing is I'll be giving you my thoughts on Imperator Rome thus far. Now, if you're only interested in one or two of these things, check out the timestamps that appear in the screen right now. If I've timed it correctly. You never know, right? But yeah, you can scroll to that time if you so wish. And if not, you're welcome to stay for the whole update. Now, let me start with my personal situation. So, as some of you may know, I do work a full-time job. So YouTube is something that I do, I guess, next to whatever I do for a living. And I don't earn money doing YouTube. I'm just doing this for fun because I really, really love to play games and I love to share these games with you. But I just really love storytelling. So, and you can't do storytelling if there's nobody to listen to your story, right? I mean, you can, but not as much fun. So that's basically why I'm doing YouTube. Now, this is a very busy time of the year for me at work. And I'm also increasing my time at the dog school where I'm a trainer. It's another volunteer thing that I do, which most of you probably know as well by now, because I sometimes do talk about it. And also I'm moving to a different apartment in August. So all of that does take up my time. So it does look like it'll be a busy summer. However, I do think that daily uploads are still very much possible. And once I have moved to a different and much bigger place, I will have my own recording room, which so far, I mean, that's a huge luxury for me, especially since I'll be able to more easily lock out my cat Rumi. And not have her interfere with my recording so much. And I also hope that the room will be a little more quiet and that I'll feel better sitting in front of my computer recording and that I won't feel like I'm, neglecting things or whatever. So after I move, I hope to set up a more regular stream time next to daily uploads. And for now, I'll live stream as they come, basically, as my schedule allows. So the daily uploads are staying, for sure. I will still focus on storytelling as much as I can. Live streams will come as they go. And Let's Try Tuesdays every 3 weeks will remain because they're just fun. I enjoy them a lot. I enjoy trying out new games for you, even if I only play them once. I enjoy looking at your feedback of the games, and I hope that some of the games either inspire you to play them as well, or actually, show you, maybe this is not the game for me, which is fine with me as well. So that's as far as the personal update goes. Now, which series will be on the channel soon? So, Total War 3 Kingdoms is coming out very soon, if you're watching this live or sort of live-ish. And that will definitely be featured on the channel. Now, I don't know for sure if I'll have a series on it right away as it comes out. I might need some time with the game, a week or so, to play it before I record anything. But it is definitely coming, and it's coming in May, therefore. I'm really, really, really excited about that. And I have one of my really nice and faithful subscribers helping me with the Chinese pronunciation. So hopefully, I really, really have to start reading up on that and practicing. Hopefully, any words, names, and whatnot in Chinese will come out of my mouth sort of in an authentic way. I'll be trying. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm really, really excited. Now, for now, there aren't any other big releases coming up except Age of Wonders, Planetfall. But that is coming out in August, and we are in May right now. So there's a couple of months after Total War 3 Kingdoms that I think are kind of empty. Or maybe I've not seen it right. So if you have any new releases on site, let me know, especially if you think that they may be suitable to the channel. Now, you could also be wondering, okay, so Civilization 6, that series for Queen and Country, just ended. It was awesome, by the way. If you haven't seen the finale, go check it out. I won that game by the skin of my teeth. It was that close. I'm pretty sure that it would have only taken one more turn and I would have lost. But the question is, for this update, what am I going to play? So, of course, Total War 3 Kingdoms. And I've been thinking about this for a while. So, games like Civilization and Stellaris are staples on this channel. And they will remain. They will always be there somehow, some way, but not in a continuous fashion. And I'm right now unsure if I should do a new series on one of these games now, or if I should wait for a new update, or even a really good, cool, interesting mod before bringing them back. So again, your feedback on that is highly appreciated. Overall, though, as I said, I do like storytelling, and I don't just like strategy. I also really like tycoon games, which of course are also sort of strategy games, but, not the same as turn-based strategy or grand strategy or RTS. But I will be introducing tycoon games every once in a while, starting with Rise of Industry, which is coming out this Wednesday, just to see how I like playing that on the channel and how you like seeing it on the channel. So I hope that you enjoy it. I'm also still waiting for the next episode of The Long Dark Wintermute, but we still don't know when that is coming out. But as soon as it does, I will be bringing The Long Dark back. Now, again, if you have suggestions or requests, please let me know in the comments below. So, let's turn towards my thoughts on Imperator Rome. I want to share them with you, not in the sense of me giving a review for you guys and telling you whether you should or should not buy the game. That's not my intention. I just want to talk a little bit about the state of the game as it is right now, the patch that is coming out in June, and then things that I would like to see in the game, things that I've been missing or that I think might work. So let me start with the dev diary that came out, the recent dev diary on the Pompeii patch, which is releasing in June, so that will be soon. And it just announced some interesting changes, so you'll see them on the screen as I go over them. It announced, for example, electable age in republics. So I think in Rome, you cannot be elected if you're younger than 35. Okay, but I mean, it's fine. What I did like, or what did really stand out to me, is the introduction of co-consuls. And these co-consuls have very interesting dynamics surrounding friction between parties, because it will often happen that the consul and the co-consul are from two different political parties, which means that loyalty and disloyalty mechanics affecting parties are also introduced or strengthened through this co-consulate. But also, an interesting part of this, I find, is that the corruption of both consuls together counts towards your nation corruption. So if you have one slightly corrupt ruler, you're pretty much fine. But if you have two rulers with a little bit more significant corruption, then you might be in trouble. So I like that. The other thing that looks promising to me is the addition of consorts. And these consorts, I think they're not widely available, but in some monarchies they are. And they affect your power gain, just like the co-consuls do, by the way. I didn't talk about that. So what the system will do is we'll pick the highest trait between either the co-consuls or the ruler with his consort, and make that count towards your power gain. So that essentially means that your marriage choices become more important. Currently, honestly, I just look at the list of mostly women, scroll to the younger ones, and just pick one that looks good to me, or that doesn't have two horrible traits. But I don't really look at much else. And this consort introduction mechanic, or whatever you want to call it, will make that choice just a little bit more important. So I like that. Now, they will also be introducing different abilities per government type, such as war councils. And they will add power bases for important characters in your realm. And these power bases will be derived from things, you can see them on screen, such as loyal troops, such as titles, such as wealth, and they will impact civil war chances and mechanics, and the way that civil wars are started, and the way that the game calculates troop, how many armies you have versus the others when the civil war begins. I like that. Well, so far, I like the idea. And the last thing is that it will remove power cost from character interactions, which essentially makes these interactions more attractive, in my opinion. And they are also adding a possible impact of these interactions on tyranny, aggressive expansion, and stability. So we'll have to see how that plays out. Right now, you can increase your stability by basically slaughtering a pig. I wonder what your character interactions, what kind of impact they will have on stability, because it shouldn't be too easy, right, to increase your stability. So hope that won't be OP soon. But having an impact on tyranny and aggressive expansion through character interaction might not be bad. But I have to wait and see how that plays out. So, the general conclusion from this dev diary is that things are changing in the game, and that these changes are coming, and they're coming soon. But what has been my experience with the game thus far? And aside from this dev diary, what are my suggestions? So far I've had a lot of fun with Imperator Rome. I think it is a beautiful game. I really like the music in this game. And, I mean, for all the criticism that has come out, I like playing it. Plain and simple. I like playing it. But I do think that there is room for improvement. Now, I think that trade and diplomacy so far seem to work quite well, but they could be more fleshed out. For example, for diplomacy, you could be able to choose diplomats and have something to do around sending them off to do something for you. That could take time, which is what happens right now. But currently, when you sort of send diplomats off, for example, to improve someone's opinion of you, they're always successful. And it just takes them some time to come back to you before you can do another thing again. Now, wouldn't it be fun if the choice of your diplomats would be somewhat strategic, and having them, for example, not always be successful? They could be captured or murdered every once in a while. They could if you send out a disloyal diplomat, they could actually do something negative and have a negative impact on whatever you were trying to do. Could also be fun to, if you send your diplomat off to a nation that really, really does not like you. For example, if, say, you are a small nation, or it doesn't really matter if you're big or small, but you want to send off a diplomat with a monetary gift, gold. You want to give gold to a different nation that doesn't like you and that might be attacking you soon. And say you give them that gold and they go to that country and they get beheaded. And the opinion actually doesn't improve. Just little things like that make the diplomacy a little less predictable. I think that could be fun. So in terms of fleshing out trade and diplomacy, I think there could be some tweaks there. Now, the other thing that I've seen is that when you have a good ruler, you're basically golden. So all your income in terms of power will be fine. You'll be able to do a lot of things, and people will like you, and da-da-da-da-da. So the ruler currently has a huge impact on what you can do and can't do. Now, through adding consorts and co-consuls, these dynamics will already change, but I think that there are some more points of attention in these mechanics and in the game that could be improved. One thing that is changing also is the naval mechanics. They are being reworked in the next patch, I believe, adding more diversity to the ships and changing naval battles. So that is all good and fine, and I really, really applaud these changes. But what I would really like to see is an overhaul of the power system. Currently, there are these 4 powers, of course, that you can earn or have, that are earned pretty much through your ruler stats. And that's why a lot of people call them mana. So the stats that your ruler has impact how quickly you gain oratory power, military power, etc. So if you don't have a good ruler, that's a problem, because a lot of things that you want to do in the game, basically almost everything, requires you to spend power. Now, with removing power cost from character interactions, that already changes some things, but to be completely honest, I haven't been using the character interactions in the first place, because I never have any power to use them and there are other priorities. So, I've done some things with them when I've had good rulers, but when I don't, it's just not worth it. So either do a power system overhaul, or there are other things that could be added or changed in the game that could make it a little bit more strategic in a sense, that could make you have influence over how much power you have in each category. For example, it might be nice if the player could influence who the next ruler is, or at least influence whether you want to keep the current ruler. How about allowing the current ruler to commit suicide if the current ruler is depressed? Or maybe even if the current ruler is highly unpopular, if they lose a major war? There could be some easy things that I think could be added into the game that could make you have the ability to decide, okay, I really, really don't like this ruler. My heir is much better. Let's just change that. Or maybe do something different and make you have more of an influence on who the next heir is. I think that could be nice. The other thing that could be changed in the game, for example, is giving the player the ability to specialize regions through building constructions. For example, you could make a diplomatic center, maybe around your capital, for example, by building specific diplomatic buildings which would increase your oratory power. For example, build a law court building, build a parliament building, a senate, or even, I don't know, a town crier type of facility. I don't know, but something that could give you, as a player, a way to earn oratory power through your buildings. You could also, for the territories that are on your border, for example, build military buildings, which would give you military power. And the nice thing about that is when the borders of your nation change, you would have to think about all the provinces that you have specialized and respec them every once in a while. So you could also have a religious province, for example, with a lot of temples and whatnot, and, maybe another type of oracle that, I don't know, could be a rival to the Oracle of Delphi. I don't know, but, something that allows you to strategically think about, okay, what do I need to earn and what can I build to get that? I think that would be good. The other things that I was thinking about is adding more variety between countries. Now, Paradox has already said that they are working on that, so I think that is great. That will give the game a little bit more flavor, although I really, I think simply because I'm enjoying the game so far, I'm really enjoying it, it does have a lot of flavor already. But, more is not always better. But in this case, I think more variety between countries could be good. And more abilities to play around with characters. In the Pompeii patch, they are adding some new interactions, but and they don't have to make it a Crusader Kings 2 type of game, which has very deep character interplay. But, a little bit more options, maybe even differentiated options between what you can do with family members as opposed to what you can do with rivals or people from different countries. Different types of interactions, I think, would be amazing to add to the game. So these are my preliminary thoughts on Imperator Rome. I'm also extremely curious to hear your thoughts about basically everything I've talked about. And feel free to leave them in the comments below, and I will definitely look at all of them and try to answer them. And we'll have a discussion about that. You can also come join my Discord and talk about the game there. We do have some discussions over there about this game, so that would fit right in. And I've almost seamlessly gone into ending this recording. I hope that you liked this channel update. So again, daily uploads continue, even though busy times at work. Moving in August, hopefully adding a more regular stream schedule as well. And maybe with a face cam if I can get one. At least I won't be interrupted by the cat all the time, walking through the camera. I can definitely see her do that. Sometimes Tycoon games added next to the staple strategy games that we've been playing on the channel thus far, and Total War 3 Kingdoms coming to the channel soon. So that was basically my too long don't read or too long don't watch, in this case, summary. And let me know as well what you think of a little bit of different channel update that I've done this time as opposed to what I usually do. It's more of a, I don't know, maybe a vlog type thing. Maybe. Vlog. Yeah, I think it's sort of a vlog type thing. So let me know how you like that, and if you would like me to do these things more often, and things that you would like me to talk about. Because, you don't want to have like a recording without no talking. That would be weird. So anyway, let me stop before I get too weird. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this channel update. And if you did, hit the like button. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing, because it helps the channel out immensely. And on to the next 500. And in the meantime, keep playing, keep enjoying it, and I'll see you next time.